The Wanderer Fantasy by Schubert for solo piano is one of his masterpieces, and I invite you to listen to all this piece. Maybe I will repeat this mantra once again in this video. It's worth it. It's really worth it, and we are trying to reconstruct the beginning of this great piece here. And our purpose is to hear the difference in timbre between the first part and the second part of this gray excerpt. So you'll notice a difference maybe with the other exercises here on composing music, and it's the fact that in this exercise there is no randomness involved. The first fragment here is the first fragment that you'll find in the piece. This is the second one, the third, the fourth, and so on. So I have this kind of structure here because I'd like you to notice this correspondence between this first fragment here and this other fragment there. The phrase is divided in two parts, of course, and this is the first part and this is the second part. So the first phrase, the first fragment is fortissimo here, and the same one is played pianissimo there. So that's why we have a bright, no, it's not bright, an intense red there, and an orange here, washed in some way. And we have a brown here, and we have a yellow, and so on for colors, which are always lighter in the second part of the phrase. And let's listen to this contrast between fortissimo and pianissimo, paying attention to the fact that it's not just the volume that changes. It's not just like lowering the volume of a radio or television. It's something different. It's the timbre, it's the quality of the sound, which is radically different. And it's like if Schubert wanted to point out this by inserting even lighter sounds at the very end of these fragments, and they remind me harmonics on strings, on a guitar, for example. And if you don't know what harmonics are, you'll find out soon in videos here on Composing Music. Let's just listen to the difference between these two fragments, which are virtually the same for what concern notes, but very different for what concern timbre. And let's pay attention to the very end with this, with these harmonics coming out. And the same thing is repeated. Well, you could now think that it's easy to reconstruct this, and it's not hard, but because the order is already there. But some fragments are repeated, and they are not the same in the first phrase and in the second one. So let's pay attention. In this one, it's the third one. In this phrase, the third element is repeated. And in the second part, it's not the third one anymore, it's the fourth one, who is shorter and repeated, followed by this. So let's listen to this line altogether. mention that you should listen to it? Yeah, yes, I did, I think. So let's just check if we did everything right, and we did.